everyone, welcome to Emerge IAS Free Mains Answer Writing Program Day 11. Today our question is from GS Paper 3 and from Agriculture. About this topic agriculture, it will be a most important topic for your both prelims as well as mains and also during an interview part. So we have to give more focus on such topics. And your question is here, discuss the scope of rejuvenating agriculture in India through research. And this question is asked for 250 words and 12.5 marks. Here we have to find out the keywords in this question. Which are the keywords in this question? Rejuvenating agriculture in India. Rejuvenation of agriculture in India through research. So we have to discuss that how agricultural researches improve and helps in rejuvenating the agriculture sector in India. We have to discuss about this. And before going into the answer, we have to know why this question is asked and what is the relevance of this question. We know that the government has initiated several policy reforms to increase the income of farmers. In July 2019, our Prime Minister constituted a high-powered committee, and this committee constitutes of the chief ministers of states, 7 states, chief ministers of 7 states, and this committee was exclusively constituted to rejuvenate the Indian agriculture. So here we have to know that the government has already started the step forward to rejuvenate Indian agriculture through a committee which is exclusively concentrated on rejuvenating Indian agriculture, and this committee constitutes 7 state chief ministers of 7 states and Union Minister for Agriculture and Farmers Welfare and members of Niti Aayog. Members mean any one members, a member from Niti Aayog. This is what the constitution of this committee, high-powered committee of chief ministers to rejuvenate Indian agriculture. There may be a question asked in this in your prelims also. So, this is the background why this question is asked. Then also another thing we have to add is in 2020-21 budget, the last budget, Indian government has allocated 2.83 lakh crore rupees for agricultural activities like irrigation including rural development, and you know one thing, this is the highest budget allocation to the date. And these are all the background of this question, and let's move into the introduction part of this question, or what are the things that we are going to explain in the answer. We are roughly going to discuss the cause of this question. The economic condition of every farmers increase, then automatically the agricultural production and productivity increases. This is what the thing our government also believe in. Our government believes that if an economic condition of the farmer is an important factor behind the agricultural production also. If his economic condition increased, then automatically the agricultural production and productivity also increases. That is why our government initiated PM Kisan program, through which our government is providing financial assistance to small and marginal farmers in India. And in India, our farmers get adequate opportunity to do farming with scientific methods. Also this agricultural research, this research will increases and it will give an opportunity to our farmers to do scientific methods, to practice scientific methods in their agricultural practices. And also our government need a vital research in many areas of agriculture to accelerate the agricultural growth in India. This is how an introduction of this question. In this question we have to tell what are the things that farmers need or the agriculture sector needs, and how can this help through the research or research activity. That is what we have to tell in the introduction part. And you also can include pointers like the percentage of agricultural population and the percentage of people who depend on agriculture for their livelihood, and the agriculture percentage in India and how it's degraded and now, and the present condition of technologies used in agriculture, something like that. And then into the main part, that is the body part. Before moving into the body part, we have to know about an important institution, that is ICAR, Indian Council of Agricultural Research. This was established in the year 1929 itself, and this is the major agency or an organization which drives the agricultural researches that is carried on in India. And we have to know one thing more, and our country in 1950 to 51 period, 1950 to 51 period, we only had 50 million tons of food grain production, only 50 million ton. But in 2018-19, we are able to cultivate 285 million tons of food grain production. And this thing happen even we have water crisis or land crisis. There are much more problems and very serious issues like soil degradation, climate change and all, but we are able to reach such a position from 50 million ton to 280 million. This is only through the research, and the agriculture research made it possible. And this is the organization ICAR which is behind this all agricultural research. And next, moving into the first point, that is there should be not only the development of agricultural equipment and machinery, but the ordinary farmer should have an easy access to them. Yes, there are a lot of agricultural machinery development, and every day there are a lot of technological improvement happening in this field, but the availability of these facilities to the farmers, that matters more. The farmer should have easy access to them, then only it will get successful in the field. And the next thing is that should be cost effective, because our farmers, mostly in India there are only small and marginal farmers, and their income and their economic level are very low comparing to others. So the agricultural technology that our government are going to introduce should be very cost effective, then only the farmer can use it easily. And we have to explain some innovation that we are just describing here how can we rejuvenate Indian agriculture. So we are describing the already happened thing, we are describing about the milestone that we already crossed. 220 crop varieties have been notified and released recently. Recently, our ICAR has released 220 crop varieties, and these 220 crop varieties are distinct in their own features. Like most of these crops are climate friendly crops. That is an important thing, and it is a need of the moment, because we are experiencing a dynamic climate change in India. Not only in India, world over we are experiencing a climate change problem, and during this crisis, creating or developing a crop variety that is climate friendly is a very important thing. Then only we will be able to attain the future requirements of our country. And the next thing is multi-stress tolerant varieties. That means pest resistant varieties and weather resistant varieties or something like that, or heat resistant varieties, that multi-stress tolerant varieties. These are an important types of crops that developed by ICAR recently. And our next thing is zero edible oil import. This is a mission that is passed by Indian government. This mission focuses on reducing the import of edible oil, that is especially coming to palm oil or vegetable oil, etc. We are importing, we dependent on palm oil for most. Southeast Asian countries are exporting palm oil to India. We are completely dependent on them. But as an agrarian country, we can't depend upon another country for an agricultural product, and also these agriculture products is also cultivatable in India. So we have to increase this production in India itself, and then we have to make it zero of import from other countries. That is the zero edible oil import mission. And the next thing is the Pusha Basmati. This is a rice variety that's also developed by our Indian Council of Agriculture and Research, and this is the longest kernel of paddy, which is the longest rice in world paddy varieties that developed over the world. And this such variety, after this introduction, this was most sought rice variety in the world, and it was a great introduction of Icar. And the next thing is the disease resistant variety tomatoes. An example, there is a disease resistant variety tomatoes, that is Icar and Icar Samrat. There is a chance of asking this question in your prelims also. You have to remember this name. Icar and Icar Samrat are two disease resistant tomato varieties. Next thing is vaccine for combating animal diseases. Also, Indian agriculture sector also constitutes the livestock management or livestock sector also. And in the recent times, there are many diseases like anthrax are affecting the cattle, and our government and our research institutes have developed vaccine for combating animal diseases also. Then the next thing is employment generation through horticultural crops. We are more familiar with that because in recent times the people's attention towards organic crops or organic vegetables and horticultural crops are increasing, and this become an employment generation, an employment generator in India. Most of the youngsters are turning towards the organic farming, and this created more employment opportunity in India. And the next thing is online application for provide information related to fish species in India. This is for a fisheries sector, because when we are talking about rejuvenating the agriculture sector, that includes everything like livestock management or fishery sector, horticultural, etc. And here the fish species. To know about the information of fish species, our government has developed an online application. And next thing is agricultural courses. As we know that there are more agriculture courses that is also included in the GSDP courses, that is Green Skill Development courses. This was introduced under the Ministry of Forest Science. Forest Ministry introduced this program GSDP, that is Green Skill Development Program, which is also like the skill development program that we had. And these courses, the courses under this will include some agricultural courses that are short duration courses like 6 months or 3 months, like that, and also professional degree courses are also there in the agriculture sector. And the next thing is an important scheme that is Parambaragat Krishi Vikas Yojana. Under this scheme, for people who are practicing organic agriculture, they will be get incentivized of 50,000. And that is a scheme, and also you can add more schemes. And the next thing is one country, one market. You may be familiar with this because government introduced this in this as an amendment to Mandi Act. And in this scheme, one country, one market, the government is focusing on availability of market, and the government is aiming to increase the farmers' income or double the farmers' income. And through this scheme, one country, one market, the farmer will be able to sell his product anywhere or at any market, or at, for private market or anywhere else he want. And this is what the controversial thing that led the farmers protest in Delhi. Then the need of the moment, and which are the fields that need to be researched or developed for rejuvenating the agriculture. And I am listing out that points. Research related to crop varieties. Yes, we have to research more on crop variety. We have to develop less water intensive crops, high yield crops, and climate friendly crops, pest resistant crops, and etc. We have to develop more crop varieties to increase the agricultural production in India. Then livestock development research. Livestock development research is also very necessary thing. We have like what we did in a white revolution. For crop varieties, we did green revolution. For this, we did white revolution. And horticultural sector. Horticulture sector are developing up in a very fast manner itself, and we have to also boost that, and we have to make more people get involved in this horticultural crop production or a cultivation of horticultural crops in an organic way. That will also help increasing the doubling of the farmers income and also the production of horticultural crops. Then this fishery sector, that we have blue revolution already we had, and this fishery sector also have to be developed. Not only the river and sea, like the ponds or quarry ponds, we have to develop fishery activities in such areas also. The government have to address and identify the places with potential. And the next thing is agricultural education, that we told earlier that we have to introduce, also we have to introduce more and more courses, agricultural courses, and make it a profession. Then conclusion part, the day is not so far when a farmer of our country will play pivotal role in establishing the agriculture industry by using modern technology. Yes, that is with a scientific mindset. Yes, that's it. That's going to be happen soon, because our farmers, we have to develop them. We have to develop the agriculture sector scientifically, and we have to use modern technologies in agriculture sector also. And the day is not so far, and no doubt even the highly educated youth of our country will then take pride in adopting it as a most sought after the enterprise. That process were already started, and most of the youngsters were moving towards agriculture. And this is about all this question. Okay, and this question is for 250 words and 12.5 marks. You have to explain each and every point that we mentioned in the need of the moment. And that's all about this question. If you have any doubt, please ask me in the comment section. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe our channel and to click the bell icon for future videos. Okay guys, bye. See you tomorrow.